You know, we're only 11 days into the new year, and already I've had somebody call me up and complain about being on a Medicare Advantage plan. They gave up a Medicare supplement for a Medicare Advantage plan, and they've already, 11 days into the new year, have met their maximum out of pocket with their particular plan of $3,900. So, once again, I keep harping on these Medicare Advantage plans. They're a great product if you know what you're buying. If you don't know what you're buying, they are a terrible product. And this person quite didn't understand that there were out-of-pocket expenses. A lot of times when I ask people about their out-of-pocket expenses, they're like, what? What? Doesn't pay for everything? Well, this particular one that called the office last week said, I didn't know I had out-of-pocket expenses because the guy on TV, the guy who used to advertise nylons, right, said it was zero premium, zero copay. Hello, today is Monday, January 11th. Do you already wish that 2021 could just do another pass? Let's just skip to 2022. Well, you know what? There's still 354 days left in 2021 for this year to redeem itself. One thing good happened to us last week here at the MLD agency. We received our certificate from the Better Business Bureau. So we're good for the Better Business Bureau through 2020-21. So let's talk about some of the basic needs that we human beings have in life. Number one will be food and water. Number two will be shelter, to be able to pay our rent and utilities. Oh, let's not forget our cable in that. Number three will be sleep. The average person needs 6 to 9 hours sleep every day. And number four will be well-being. Well-being can mean a lot of things. It can be the ability to feel like you can grow, improve yourself. The other thing it can mean is, from the perspective of my desk here, is having health insurance. A lot of employees expect their employer to be able to provide them with good access to health insurance. You know, it's been my experience that pay is very important because it helps us with those basic needs of life. But once that is satisfied, there's other things that are more important than pay. One thing is be access to health insurance. I've seen a lot of, say, nonprofit businesses offer lower pay but the best quality health insurance. It's cheaper to do that than to up their pay. Today's, with COVID and the statistics we have available, health insurance is very important. Let's take a look at some statistics here. You know, today, our health insurance, if you're buying health insurance on your own, you're probably very dissatisfied. You're probably looking at it and saying, premiums are far too high, deductibles are far too high, out-of-pockets are far too high, and even though they told me I could keep my provider, a lot of people haven't been able to keep their provider, which is why good access to good health insurance is important to employees who've had to buy it on their own, or who are looking for jobs, or who don't have that through their employer. It's also important to employers to have good access to good health insurance for their employees, because knowing a lot of employees can have job dissatisfaction for not having good access to good health insurance, these employees might find themselves looking for employment elsewhere just to get that. And they might even be willing to take a cut in pay. So employers, how expensive is it to you to have to replace your employees on a regular basis? And we're not just talking about the, flow of life. Somebody gets relocated with a spouse and they have to leave their employment, things of this nature. We're not talking about that. We're talking about job dissatisfaction or employment dissatisfaction because they don't have access to these things. So how expensive is it to you to lose an employee for that? An employee, how stressful is it to have a job change? And you're changing just simply because you find that you don't have access to these types of things. So please look at the number on the bottom of the screen. If you're an employee who does not have access to health and care or health insurance through your employer, maybe you want to ask your employer to give me a call. If you're an employer who isn't offering this, it might not be as expensive as you think. Once again, give me a number on the call at the bottom of the screen. Don't forget to like and subscribe.